Hello, my friends. I kind of have a little bit of a sore throat. I'll explain why later in the video, but day 2 of Kawaii Kon 2016. Saturday, of course, the main event day, so a lot of stuff happened. And yet, I still started off with a bit of a slow morning, at least for me personally. I went there about 10ish to just go around the dealer's room, check out stuff, get some good cosplay pics, which I'll post up throughout this video. Then after that, the first panel I went to of the day was the Aniplex panel. Of course, the usual stuff, the advertisers, all of their merch and all that. I pretty much saw the exact same thing back in Seattle at SakuraCon. But of course, the main reason you go to panels like that is mostly in the hopes of getting free stuff, and I didn't win a single thing. Of course, they had a raffle, and they had to rush the raffle because apparently some people were asking like really long, unnecessarily. Like, I think the second to one of the last guys asked a really long question, thus they had to rush the raffle and had to group some of the prizes together, so that left less chances for other people to get them. But say la vie, I guess. I kind of do wish I could win something at those things, but knowing my luck, I probably wouldn't have won even if I had more chances, but whatever. So after that, let's see. So 12:45, I went to basically what's called a voice actor roundtable, in which most of the English voice actors who came to the con got in one room and answered questions. I say most of them. Guys like John Young Bosch wasn't able to make it. I'm guessing he was like signing autographs in the dealer's room. But of course, we got Steve Bloom, Mary McGlynn, Greta Lisley, Sandy Fox, Lex Lang, and J. Michael Tatum. So yeah, we got 6 really good actors and actresses in one room, and everyone just asked basic questions like what got them into the industry in the first place, what are some of their favorite roles, pretty much the sandwich stuff. And they were all great guys. They were comical. They had some interesting stories. Some of the stories they talked about were like they were talking about some of the most embarrassing moments. Two people mentioned that they had fart stories, like they farted in a booth or farted when they were supposed to be performing, and they were hoping that they didn't get caught on the audio because that would be embarrassing. I won't say who the 2 people were who had fart stories because I respect them too much, but again, let me just list off the 6 people: Steve Blue, Mary McGlynn, Greta Lisley, Lex Lang, Sandy Fox, and J. Michael Tatum. You take a guess as to the 2. Anyway, so after that fun little panel, which it was one of the longest panels I've been to at the con, like I think 2 hours, and it was 2 hours of goodness, so I had a great time. Following that was the Pony Canyon panel, which included Yumiri Hanamori from yesterday coming in and joining the guys there, and they were all a lot of fun. Yumiri was of course absolutely adorable. I also figured out what the hell the limo was supposed to be on the autograph I showed yesterday. It turns out it's supposed to be like the name of her character from Garakoa. I think Remo is her name, so I'll probably have to look at that autograph again to see if it was said Lemo, if it's actually Lemon, or that's just how she thinks it's spelled, or whatever. It's a katakana name. It's hard to say how it's supposed to be spelled, but anyway, so Yumi was there. The usual people I see from the Pony Canyon panels, I've been to like a few Pony Canyon panels, like in SakuraCon. The usual people were there, and they were a ton of fun. The main spokeswoman representing Pony Canyon, she has this like, I don't know, I just find her kind of cute, almost as like a step back cuter from Miri, but just the spokeslady for Pony Canyon. I love that she has this like kind of very just this really cute little accent with her, where she's trying to speak English. She's just, I don't know, she's just cute, and I just find her panels fun because even though it's yet another one of those industry panels where the main goal is just to try and sell stuff, they discuss like they seemed like they were having a lot of fun. So of course we were having a lot of fun, and yeah, they were pleasant people, and yeah. Um, there was this one fan who during the Q&A, there's this one fan who asked like this really long 3-part question, like involving what, basically asking why is it that P, uh, anime doesn't use more Hawaiian names in their shows. I'm like, dude, what does it matter? Just because Hawaiian sounds a lot like Japanese doesn't automatically mean that there's going to be a lot of Hawaiianish characters, unless we're talking about the Stitch anime, which was awful. But yeah, so why do you need to ask that? Why do you feel like the need to ask that? He ended up asking that, and it kind of slowed down the panel, but whatever. It was still a great panel. They had a Drunken Poke rock paper scissors contest at the end to try and like give away this like script for Gargoyle, and I almost won. Just almost. I made it pretty far, but yeah, far close only counts in for hand grenades. So yeah, whatever. So after that, the next panel I went to was the Trigger panel, in which the guys from Trigger came down. They showed the first episode of this new anime that's airing this season, Kizaniver, which I actually saw this morning before I went to the con. So yeah, I already knew what was going to happen, but I'm glad that everyone else ended up enjoying it. The guys from Studio Trigger were a lot of fun. They answered a lot of questions. Yeah, pretty much the standard stuff, and then they wrapped up with this last video, which was called Little Witch Academia versus Infernal Cop, another 2 more anime from Studio Trigger, and it was kind of stupid. It was just basically something that the guys more than likely just made in their free time. It just involved like the character cells of the characters from Little Witch Academia and Infernal Cop superimposed against real life backdrop. So basically, it was something I could have made if I had that kind of material, if I had the material for that. But yeah, so it was silly, it was stupid, and it was funny enough. So it kind of reminded me of like the 23rd episode of His and Her Circumstances, which it kind of has a charm to it. So I won't falter them on that. It had me laughing a couple times, so whatever. It was a nice panel, so yeah. That was the last panel I actually went to of the day. From there came basically what I'm going to be calling the 3 concert marathon, in which they had like 3 different bands perform over the span of 5:30 to 9 o'clock. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. First band up was Johnny Young Boss and his Eye Shine band. This is my first time I've ever heard any of their songs, and they're pretty damn good. I enjoyed it. They were a good opening act to get the audience warmed up, so we were hyped up for the next guy, and it was Joe Inoue. And I don't want to call him bad, but he was very, very unprofessional. I mean, wow, he just like spent so much time talking about like the history behind his songs or his time in Hawaii. That's all good if you want to say that for like your Q&As and everything, but we kind of came to these concert things to hear a little something called music. I appreciate when performers are able to make connections with the audience and all that, but he ended up going at least 7 minutes over with because of his stories, in which the stories he ended up talking about, which involved stuff like him saying that he enjoyed Hawaiian food because it has so much fiber and it makes it easier to poop. So yeah, dude, you're not Nekomaru from Danganronpa. You shouldn't be talking about your poop in public. And then he also talked about how one of his songs was inspired by the fact that his ex-girlfriend was a bit of a... This is what he said, not me, a slut. And I don't like to use that word. I think it's kind of rude, but that's what he said. So, yeah. he ended up wasting a lot of time, and I was just like thinking, I was thinking throughout it, everyone was enjoying it, laughing, and like thinking, good gravy, can we stop talking about his bowel movements and his ex girlfriend and just get on to the songs, please? I'm sorry to fans of Joey Inoue, but really he was being really unprofessional. That's all I can say. And then, especially when you compare it with the last act of the night, which was Gardenelia, who were amazing. They didn't take any time in between their, not a lot of time at least, in between like in between their songs to like talk about their stuff. They just played music and they were fantastic. They did. I probably should talk about like some of the songs that they played. I don't remember the names of the songs that iShine played because, well, I don't have their album or anything, but Joey Inoue, he played, I think, the second opening. He opened with the second opening to Naruto, which was great. Throughout, he played some Hawaiian songs, which I guess was good for, like, considering the audience. And then he went on to play, I think, like, and then he went on to play an anime medley, which is basically a bunch of different anime songs. He played, like, I think, of course, Dragon Ball Z's opening, Chala Head Chala, and then in tribute to the late Koji Wada, who unfortunately passed away recently, who just passed away, like, I think less than a week ago, which is really sad. He was an awesome singer, and he sang pretty much all the major songs for Digimon, so he'll be missed. But as a tribute, which was kind of touching honestly, Joey Inoue sang Butterfly. And then second to the last song was We Are Fighting Dreamers, yet another Naruto song. And it was a great song, but apparently he insisted on, like, for this and another song, I can't remember which one, he insisted on running around the big room we were in, and he took the mic with him, which was wireless and everything. But you know, when you move away from the speakers after a certain distance, and you also run around the tech area, you end up losing the mic, losing connection with the mic, and you can't sing into it anymore. So yeah, he did it twice. He didn't learn the first time, and he just insisted on running around the room, and we ended up with like silent moments in what are supposed to be really awesome songs. And yeah, and then for the final part of the song, he completely lost the connection with the speaker. So yeah, wow. As I said, he's not exactly the most professional singer out there, but oh well, he could sing good. I just wish he was a little bit more mature. Gardenelia, they sang, of course, all the songs that they've done for Kill la Kill, which was the last song they sang, which was Ambiguous. They also sang stuff from Aldalzia Zero, and then in the middle of all of their songs, they sung their own version of Cruel Angel's Thesis, which was awesome. So yeah, the concert part was good beginning, sloppy middle, fantastic climax. So yeah, I'm really satisfied. I have a sore throat, but it was, again, all worth it. Just like Air Alway was, I think, like 1 or 2 years ago. So yeah, fantastic second day overall. And I'm really looking forward to the third and last day. Right now, I just want to take a shower, maybe eat something from my fridge, and then go to sleep. But yeah, I'll be sure to report back to you guys for day 3 and give you my overall thoughts tomorrow. Until then, farewell for now, my friends.